Okay, I have a lot of opinions. I don't know which one to start with first, to be completely honest with you. This goddamn book is hysterical. I cheated. I am on my phone an unhealthy amount. It's really bad, actually. Originally, this channel was going to be a book reading series, and I was going to break down all of the books that I loved, and I was going to do a bunch of challenges as well too, but things kind of took a left turn on this channel, but I want to get back on track. For the next 5 weeks, I am going to be reading one book a week. I know. And I am a beginner reader, so getting through one book in 1 week, it takes a lot of time, actually. It does. So I want to be converting my TikTok time into book reading time, because the amount of time that I spend on TikTok when I could be reading, it's astronomical. It's really bad, actually. In one day, I was on TikTok for a total of 5 hours and 5 minutes. It's bad. So I'm on a journey to better myself and better my health mentally and physically. I thought that I would start with the easy route and go mentally. I'm going to be taking this week and reading The Spanish Love Deception by Aleida Aarams. And if you don't know what this book is about, we'll go ahead and read the back of this. Catalina Martin desperately needs a date to her sister's wedding, especially since her little white lie about her American boyfriend has spiraled out of control. Now, everyone she knows, including her ex and his fiance, will be there and eager to meet him. She has only 4 weeks to find someone willing to cross the Atlantic and aid in her deception. New York to Spain is no short flight, and her family won't be easy to fool. Enter Aaron Blackford, her tall, handsome, condescending colleague who surprisingly offers to step in. She'd rather refuse. Never has there been a more aggravating, blood-boiling, and insufferable man. But Catalina is desperate, and as the wedding draws near, Aaron looks like her best option, and she begins to realize he might not be as terrible in the real world as he is in the office. So I'm sensing a little bit of enemies to lovers, maybe a one-sided love. At the end of this video, I will be breaking down my opinions on this book and what I rated the book. And you guys will be following along on this journey with me as I read. And I will kind of give some breakpoints as I'm reading as well too, to kind of go over what I had read so far, how I'm feeling about the book, and what I think, really. I'm a pretty big romance person, and so this book being the first one is definitely a good choice for me. All the books that I have in this series is actually going to be my June TBR, so in reality, I'm kind of squashing 2 birds with 1 stone. But every Friday, I will be revealing a new book and what book I am going to be reading for that week, so stay tuned to see what books we have in store for the next 5 weeks. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the week. Hey Siri, set a timer for 5 minutes. Stop.
5 minutes starting now.
No. Hey Siri, set a timer for 5 hours and 5 minutes.
5 hours and 5 minutes starting now.
Okay, so we are about 3 chapters in at the moment, and it started off really strong. Instantaneously, we're thrown right into the plot. So we are first introduced to 3 characters in the beginning. Catalina, who is the main girl, Aaron, who is the main boy, and Rosie, who is Catalina's best friend. By the way, this is spoiler free, so I'm going to try and keep this as spoiler free as possible. Aaron overhears Catalina talking about her sister's wedding and how she is desperate to find somebody, anybody, even a chimpanzee dressed in a tuxedo, to go to this wedding, because it sounds like her family is pretty strict and judgmental. And it seems like they've always had kind of like bad blood in the very beginning of them working together. Aaron kind of comes off as standoffish. He's very serious about his work. He's very serious human, I guess you could say. Catalina just got set up with an event that she is forced to host by her boss. I'm picturing Aaron as Bellamy from The 100, season 1 and 2, where he's very arrogant, he's very me, but he also protects who he loves and what he knows. Not too much information of how Catalina looks how she acts. So I will chime back in with you guys when I have proceeded further in, and things are looking good so far. Okay, recap time. I currently am at chapter 11. The last time I chimed in with you guys was chapter 3, so a lot has unfolded. A lot has happened. First of all, this book is hysterical. And I'm not talking like, oh, that was funny. I'm talking like, like I was dying laughing. My husband would come into the room and he'd be like, what are you laughing at? And I was like, this goddamn book is hysterical. I have never laughed so hard at a book before, and this was one of the first times that I actually cackled at a book. Okay, where to begin? So Catalina was refusing to be with Aaron to take him to the wedding, and she's leaving work and it's pouring rain, go figure. And he pulls up, go figure, and is like,
let me give you a ride home.
and then they get into the car and it's like really awkward and yada yada. But apparently there's a deal. He wants to make a deal with her. Like there's got to be some type of catch is what Catalina is thinking, right? Bottom line, she finds out that Aaron wants her to go to an event, but he's not saying what type of event. And I'm not going to give that away because it was hysterical when everything was rushing around. She was trying to find a gown, and then they're driving there and he tells her last minute while they're pulling up for the valet what they're actually there for. And it's pretty shocking at first. I literally sat up and I was like, what? And everything's going great. You know, things are developing, things are evolving, you know, they're kind of glancing at each other a lot. Like it's so cute. It's super cute, right? And then they're dancing, and then she just has to go and fucking ruin it. Like we were having a good time. Like why'd you have to go and like open up your mouth? This book is making me feel all types of things right now. I feel like I'm going back and forth. I'm getting whiplash. Like one moment we're serious, the next moment we're like hysterically laughing, the next moment I'm like so awkward and cringy, like getting secondhand embarrassment. This book is making me feel so many different things right now. This is the type of book that like I need to read another chapter, just one more chapter, just one more chapter. Like this is how good this book is drawing me in right now, guys. So right now I'm at a pretty big turning point where something happens in Intech, and there's an announcement that got made, and I'm not going to spoil what happens, but things start to change for the deal that was made for Catalina's sister's wedding, where Aaron is supposed to go with her. Feelings are starting to develop. I think that Catalina is definitely starting to feel some feelings. I like hoped and wished that we could have gotten like a dual point of view where we could have seen like Aaron's point of view of like what he was thinking and feeling. We're kind of getting glimpses based on how Catalina is viewing his mannerisms, the way he tenses up, the way he says things. I have a feeling that there's a lot of miscommunication happening right now. Definitely more on Aaron's part. I feel like Catalina is kind of just jumping to the worst. It was just going so good. It was going so good. And then we ran into a wall. So I have stopped. I have read 5 hours and 5 minutes of this book. I'm gonna have to double check my time, my screen time for TikTok tomorrow. I think it was a lot shorter for what it was for today, but we will jump right into tomorrow, Tuesday. I'm so excited. I cheated. So I think that the last time I checked in with you guys, I was at chapter 14, maybe 15. I'm at chapter 18. Last night, I said I was going to read one chapter, and we all know how that goes. You just say one chapter, and all of a sudden, you're sucked into like 5 more chapters. I know. I read 2 chapters last night. I know. But the good thing is during this whole process, my whole goal was to steer away from TikTok and go more into book reading. So in retrospect, it's kind of working. So for today's time, it's supposed to be 1 hour and some odd minutes. I want to say like 1 hour and 45 or 1 hour and 28. I have definitely exceeded that limit. But the plus side is I have not been on TikTok at all today. So things are looking good. We're only day 2 into this journey at the moment. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling good so far. Right now, what is happening is that they are on their way to Spain for the wedding. Things are finally better after the turning point of what happened. I think that Catalina right now is in denial of her feelings, of what she's actually feeling towards Aaron. And I think that Aaron is not really giving validation to how he's feeling as well too. I mean, he's definitely saying a bunch of things that would seem like he's very interested in her. The way he's gazing at her, the way he knows certain things that she's never actually told him from before. So Catalina is starting to second guess a lot of their conversations and their relationship. And Aaron is saying a lot of we, us, like we're in this together. And then Catalina gets caught up in this whole image of them together that they are a we, they are an us. And then she's like, oh yeah, it is us. And she goes, us? I don't think that Catalina is annoying about any of this. I think that she's being realistic. And Aaron is definitely feeling romantic as well too. Just no one has admitted anything. No one has said anything. They're at the bachelor and the bachelorette party. It's like a mixed party together. And this is where it starts getting tricky because Daniel, who is the groom's best man, who is also Catalina's ex-boyfriend, has walked in and has now introduced himself to Aaron. And Daniel is acting like he still maybe has feelings for Catalina, which is like, girl, bye. So they have gotten definitely to the point where they are touchy-feely. Things are developing a lot faster. I think I read about 2 hours today, give or take. We woke up pretty early in the morning. My husband went to go get a haircut, so I was sitting in the car waiting for him, and I read about 3 chapters. And then we got back home, and then our power went out, so I had nothing else to do. So I just read another chapter. So this book has reeled me in so many ways that I didn't think I was going to get reeled in. It's funny, it's romantic, it keeps me guessing. And there's a secret that has been untold just yet, and it's Catalina's secret. So we don't actually know what's happening, but there's more to the story than what is giving off, but she keeps hinting to it. Like something is gonna expose it soon. So just for visual purposes, this is about how much I've read so far. We're hauling, guys. We are hauling ass at the moment. Maybe I might give in a little bit. Whenever I get that feeling to go on TikTok, I kind of just grab my book. But I will catch you guys in the next day where I think that the time is maybe the same, and I will regroup and talk about what I have caught up with. I finished it. It is Friday, June 12th. Holy crap. It is Friday, June 12th, and I have finally finished The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Abrams. So okay, I have a lot of opinions. I don't know which one to start with first, to be completely honest with you. I definitely want to give this a 5-star, but I can't. I know, I can't. The only reason why I can't give it a 5-star is because I felt like the ending was a little too rushed. The whole first chunk of everything was perfect. Like, it could not go wrong at all. Like, everything was moving so smoothly, so perfectly. Like, it was great, right? And then the last 3 or 4 pages, they crammed everything together to sum it all up, to end everything basically. And part of me kind of understands, you know, I know that Elena doesn't really probably want this to be like a big girthy book, but she could have at least gave us just a little bit more information at the end. I understand Aaron is a quiet person, and so he's not giving a lot of information, and that's probably telling to this story overall of why there wasn't really like a long ending, but I just felt like I needed more. Like, I wanted more. I did find out, however, that there is a second book following Catalina's best friend Rosie's story. So I'm gonna definitely have to get my hands on that one. This had me feeling all sorts of different emotions. I was on a roller coaster. This is definitely the type of book that I could stay up all night reading. This is how hooked I felt on this book. It was so good. So good. Coming towards the end of this story, it did feel a little predictable. It was nice to flip to the next page and kind of feel like I didn't know where the story was going to go until we got to the end. And that goes all the way back to the point of what I'm trying to say is this is a 4.5 star because of the ending. I'm not saying that a 4.5 star is bad. It's great. It's really good. This is definitely something that I would pick back up again and reread it because I feel like I did miss a few little things. But overall, this was a great book. So we're definitely still going to be continuing on with this series. I'm going to try and post these videos every Friday if I can, just to kind of get through Monday through Friday. And I think that after I am done with all 5 of my books that I have planned to read, I'm gonna get the second book of this. So with that being said, this wraps up this week's challenge. And then next week when we come back, I will be reading. So stay tuned for that one and I will catch you in the next video.